Where's your board?
Good catch, Tony.
During the blizzard.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey,
Have you ever traveled to Oakland?
I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, not when I miss it.
All right. Well, my name is Tony. You're probably wondering why I called you here today. Actually, none of you should be wondering. But just a little while ago, the United States Senate acquitted a criminal, a president who abused his powers with overwhelming evidence from every element of the crimes that he's committed. One Republican senator voted to impeach. And Mitt Romney has said things in the past that sort of indicated he didn't appreciate what the president was doing, but at least one Republican was able to be honest. And I think he deserves a tiny bit of credit. I'll give him a tiny bit of credit for that. Yes, all the Democrats voted to impeach.
And thanks for all their work.
That's another thing. I actually just, there's a sort of a movement submitting Adam Schiff to receive the Profiles and Courage Award, the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award, and I encourage other people to do so. It would send a message. So I think it's very important for us to be here and show that we do not accept the abuse of power of the president and in my view, the attempted destruction of our democracy. It's over. There's nothing that can be done about it specifically. He's in office until November. And the thing that I want to do is organize with people to commit to specific actions, to register people to vote, to bring out as many people and make as overwhelming a statement in November to remove this criminal from office. And I'm hoping, I would like to talk with people, network with people. Vermont isn't a problem, but we need people in New Hampshire for the election. I'm going to Pennsylvania, in probably October, November, and we need to organize efficiently and smartly and channel our outrage in positive directions. So if other people want to say anything, I know Kurt does. I'll give you my microphone. I think for one day of organizing this, there was nothing with it closer than Springfield, Massachusetts, and I thought that was crazy. So
Thank you.
Yesterday afternoon, I started this, and a bunch of people responded. A lot of people contacted me and said they couldn't come because they're sick or previous commitments. I think at least 30 or 40 people individually contacted me to say they really wanted to come and were not able to. And if we get over 50, I'm supposed to call emergency services because I didn't get a permit for it. Are we over 50? Okay.
Is this better? Yes. I want to think that there is something more specific for us to do than work against Trump in the election, because that's not a box to fill out on the ballot. And you can't elect all of the other people at once. So I've been working with Brattleboro Common Sense, and actually we have a proposal that had been forwarded, that had been promulgated to the people. And we have this way, I'll explain to you briefly, that Brattleboro can act directly on towards the people who really count in the war, and that's the soldiers. We have a proposal that we are calling the Thompson Ordinance in honor of Hugh Thompson, who was the Army major who stopped the My Lai massacre in March of 1968. Just died. And we propose to set up a legal defense fund for soldiers of conscience who might resist illegal orders from Mr. Trump, and a coordinator, a justice coordinator, to administer the legal defense fund. In addition, we have to tell them. So we want to create an official office which would fund communications directly to soldiers to remind them of their oath, that international law supports them if they resist illegal and immoral orders and orders to commit crimes against humanity, and also to remind officers in particular. It's little known and not to be assumed that their oath, once they become officers, is to support the Constitution and not the President. So as when you first enlist in the armed forces, you take an oath to support the President. When you take a commission as an officer, you're supposed to support the Constitution, which is rather an interesting thing that shows the law, at least the military law even, affords conscience and some judgment to officers that is not afforded to enlisted people. What we can do is press the select board to establish a budget item under the unassigned fund balance, and put some of that unassigned fund balance right away into a fund to protect soldiers of conscience, heroes you may call them, and to establish this ordinance to create a town justice coordinator who will arrange the communications to the soldiers, and maybe there's even a way we can find to direct our communications specifically to soldiers who are in the Middle East. It's too late to put it on the ballot. Yeah, we could put it at representative town meeting, but it's a flexible thing. We're just starting. I am the executive director of this little organization, Proud of World Common Sense, and I don't yet have approval for this. But I'm sure if there was any kind of showing that people wanted to work on it, we could get it done somehow. Like I say, it was proposed in 2009 for Mr. Bush, and so some of the work is done already. Isn't it great that these things come around again? Welcome.
So if other people want to talk, quickly, I actually am also running for a representative town meeting in District 3, so I want to encourage people to vote for Tony Duncan. So anyone else want to say something?
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid.
Stop right before you were born.
We are not afraid.
No, I sang it in the 60s, 68. 68. So when he sang this, he sang.
Deep in my heart, I do believe we are not afraid today.
Any other people want to say anything?
I just want to let everyone know that I'm just organizing a huge protest. Hopefully it'll be huge, like the Women's March. And it's going to be musicians who, around the swing states, all in the swing states, come walk out of their conservatories, their buildings, their jobs, in a big music flash mob before the election. So I'm starting to plan this and get in a committee together to organize swing states to organize there. And so I think they would be singing patriotic songs and flag flying, because we need to let the right know that there are other people who care about our Constitution and our country. So I think we should take back the idea of the flag and make it a musical thing. So if you want to talk to me about that, please do.
My name is Woody. Great to see you all here. I'm the person behind the Celebrate Democracy, Civil Rights for All Main Street banner that's on over Main Street every so often, and most recently it was up for Martin Luther King Day week to honor Martin Luther King and all the great martyrs to our great cause. We need to applaud the people who are really doing the good work. Many of them are no longer living, of course, because they are not afraid to stand up. So that's my little spiel there. And I'd like to read you a song that Robert Wyckoff and I collaborated on creating. And this song is set to the tune of Marching to Pretoria. You can stick in another word in every verse. It goes like this. We are singing for democracy, democracy, democracy. We are singing for democracy and civil rights for all. Come sing with me, I'll sing with you, and we will sing together. Oh, we will sing together. Yes, we will sing together. Come sing with me, I'll sing with you, and we will sing together as we sing this song. We are singing for democracy, democracy, democracy. We are singing for democracy and civil rights for all. We can go on, but we don't have to. Yeah.
All right. I just want to say approximately 20 of those Republican senators are up for re-election this year. If you have any excess funds, they all have opponents. If you have any time at all, there are numerous organizations writing letters to registered Democrats in their districts to get out the vote. And that's what I'm doing with my spirit.
Okay, who else? Actually, can we hear from a younger person? Sure. Are you, do you care about the current state of the president and the country and our democracy? It's a loaded question.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't know if you guys got that. Yeah, no, I mean, there's all of the executive orders that should we, put the work into electing a Democratic president next time, we can start to undo some of the damage that has been done. But the real danger in complacency right now is all of these right-wing conservative judges that are getting appointed not just on the Supreme Court, but on all of the lower courts as well. And I've got a lot of time for that to affect me. So that is my ask of everyone, is purely out of self-interest. Get out there, get the vote out, because this is the most important election probably of my lifetime.
We could do another song to finish up. I want to say a couple more things since I started this. It's actually was very encouraging to me that I just picked this up yesterday. someone put on Facebook that there are these protests all over the country about the looming acquittal of the president. And I was like, oh, and, put your zip code in. And, and I was like, okay, so there'll be one in Brattleboro. And I put my zip code in, and it was like nothing within 10 miles, nothing within 30 miles. I put in 60 miles, and there's one in Springfield. So that really disturbed me, that this monumental miscarriage of justice was not being acknowledged here in Brattleboro publicly. So I'm really pleased with the response that I got immediately. A bunch of people reposted my thing on Facebook. I only did this on Facebook. I didn't email people, I didn't call people. So this is all done through social media. So at least in some instances, social media can be for the social good. I really want to start working concretely on voter registration and doing concrete efforts to get all the people who don't support Trump, which I think is a significant majority in the country. I'm pretty convinced that most of the people who do not vote who are registered would not vote for Donald Trump. And I think if we can reach the younger demographic, which is overwhelmingly against Trump, and other minorities and other demographics that are not tending to vote even when things are clearly policies against them. I think we need to make this a really positive thing and organize like our lives depended on it. And I'm convinced that if Trump is reelected, I mean, one of my views is that the reason these Republican senators and congressmen are supporting Trump is because if Trump isn't reelected, well, the worst that happens is they lose their seat, or, they get out in a few years if they're in the Senate, or they continue, without being effective. But if Trump wins, my personal belief is that he's already started deconstructing the country. And my belief is, I don't have complete empirical evidence of this, but my belief is that he's going to sort of spread out the spoils from our country's wealth and the power in our country to people that support him. And I really feel this is going to turn into a total autocratic country, and senators are just going to be politicians who get money and power from having been associated with him. And I really, as flawed as our democracy is, it has done very wonderful things in many different ways, and we need to get it back before it turns into something really evil.
Hi, I'm Jackie Reese, and I'm from around here, not too far. So one of the things that Tony said was complacency, and I feel like that is something that we all have to fight against, especially those of us in the older group. We're just tired. We are just tired of this. We're tired of the BS. We're tired of everything that's going on. And that is part of the plan. That is part of the plan of the Republicans and of Trump. It's to wear us down. It's to hit us with little bullshits every day, with little lies every day. And he knows what he's doing. People say he's stupid, but he is not. It's just he's a conniver. He's a conniver. He's a flim-flam man. And that's what you do. You just wear people down. So what Tony said about complacency is something that we have to keep in mind every day. The other part that Tony said is about the young people. So I'm encouraging those of us in the older generation. We have a great opportunity here to bring in a conversation with younger people and have that be a listening conversation. We can hone our skills on listening to people who don't know what we know, and just find out what they know, and then try to help them understand some things that we then can figure out that they don't know. Talking to young people and encouraging them to vote has been a very rewarding thing for me. I drive people from my job over to the polling, people who would not go, but I'm friends with them. So I say, hey, let's go vote together. So I encourage other people to do that, even if it's, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, which, believe me, I am when I say, come with me. I'm not that person. But if you do that and we get young people to vote, That's going to be our biggest and best weapon. And I want to thank Tony and notice, just kind of notice that he just stepped up. Just stepped up. And yeah, you know, he's great for doing it, but it's give notice to everybody that that's all you have to do. You just step up, you take that, and you go with it. And thanks all for coming.
Hi, I'm Ann. I live near here too. Grew up here and all. Something happened to me the other night. I was on with customer service with TurboTax. And at the end of the conversation, it just hit me to tell the woman who was helping me, please make sure you vote. Everybody is on the phone with strangers all over the country all the time. Just add that little message at the end of your conversation. You don't know who they're going to vote for, but it's important to get the vote out. And it just dawned on me last night, so now every time I get somebody on the phone, I end with that.
So someone on Brattleboro Facebook page, someone on the Brattleboro Facebook page, I posted this, and they said, well, you're not going to get more than 2 people.
What?
Who's that so this is going to be on BBC TV, and the Commons, I think, is going to write something about it. So in very short notice, we've got a lot of people involved in this. And I really want to thank you. There's a tremendous amount of energy in this town to get things done. And that's it. I just, you know, I had the time to do this. I started this Facebook page. I went through this whole crazy thing to get involved in this organization, so it'd be part of this network. That was frustrating, but it was worth it. We got more than 50 people, so legally I'm supposed to call emergency services and tell them that there could be a potential crisis. And I'm just gonna call Jan tomorrow and tell her, well, there were a little over 50, but I didn't want to bother you. Okay, so anyway, I just want to thank everyone for coming. This is vitally important. No, we're not closing down. I'm not going to talk anymore. I want to thank everyone for coming. This is our country. I was never terribly patriotic as a young person, but there are wonderful things about this country. There are wonderful, lovely people, and we need to protect everyone in this country from people who are trying to destroy it.
I'm sorry, what is your name, our young man?
Casey.
Casey. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to thank you. We need all the young people who can get to mobilize. I have a question about, I was a voter registrar during the Bush era, George Bush era, W. And it's very easy to become a notary public. You can register Newfane. It's very simple. And I was going to do it again when Trump was running, but I was told, and I don't know, but I'm hoping somebody who has maybe a more new license. I thought somebody said that in the state of Vermont now you are automatically registered as a voter. Is that true? No. It is not. So we still need to vote. We still need to register voters. So as many people as you can go to the Newfane station and you can become a registered voter. I don't think it costs anything.
It does.
What does it cost now?
I think it's like $20 to
Okay.
become a notary public, unless you're like a town clerk, then you get your number. Mine is the correct.
Okay, so
Everyone's
$20
expired
is
last
worth
week,
it.
So this is, you can then register people to vote.
Then you can set up a little booth and people fill out forms, you look at their driver's license, they fill out a form, you register them on a piece of paper and mail it in. It's really, really easy.
So where do you go in Newfane? To the county clerk?
The county clerk.
To the court?
County clerk, and yeah, the courthouse in Newfane. So thank you. Thank you all for being here. And thank you.
So if someone was saying another song, is there like a final song we can do? What? Oh. Oh, it's you. And we're gonna collaborate, right? We're going to do something at some point? Okay.
Okay, I have a song because it is a depressing day, and there's a lot of things lately that feel hopeless. But in order to do good work, in order to keep moving forward and to believe in our democracy and in our country, you have to keep hope alive one way or another. So I have a song. The words to the chorus are, I will not hate, I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. So I'll tell you the melody, I'll sing you the melody and you can sing it with me. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. So, words together. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. My lover, when love is gone, my lover, when love is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. My Father, when peace is gone, my Father, when peace is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. My sister, when he calleth, he's gone. My sister, when he calleth, he's gone. In our darkest hour, hope lingers on. My brother, with tolerance gone. My brother, with tolerance gone. In our darkest hour, hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. My love, when honor is gone, my love, when honor is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. My country, when justice is gone, my country, when justice is gone, in our darkest hour, hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour, hope lingers here.
You don't have a bad voice. You should think of doing this professionally. Things I want to reiterate Kurt's idea for the select board. It's Brattleboro Common Sense. You can look them up. Okay, thanks everyone for coming. Everyone else is going to march.
Good catch, Tony.
During the blizzard.
Hey, Jackie. Have you ever stopped on Swell Pond?
I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, not when I